Good morning, everyone. I hope traders and investors alike are green today. I just want to go over a few things. All last week we've seen heavy bearish flow, including Friday, still seeing the heavy bearish options flow on the SPY and the IWM. So over 1 million. So I've just set the filters really quick to take out everything under 1 million. Just look at over 1 million. The SPY is 100% bearish, which means nobody opened any over 1 million calls. The IWM is 65% bearish. And a lot of these, I'm going through tracking the numbers, like a big order of 385s. Puts come in over 1 million, come in for Wednesday. They remained open. The IWM, a lot of the bearish flow there also remained open. IWM, there was nothing over 1 million. I did have to turn the filter back to 500,000. I found 3 orders. One definitely closed. One was a call. One was a put. Some of those orders, even so, I turned the filters down. A lot of those put orders are still open. So big money is still expecting this market to pull back. They are triggering September 16th strikes. They're still hitting those August 19th, but they are moving back. DWAC's up this morning, and with it, it has pulled PUN, PHUN, and MARK, MARK up. We have sent out trade alerts to let everybody know. We've actually posted charts in Twitter and Facebook of PUN. So if you're not following us or you've not joined the Facebook group, it will benefit you too. It's absolutely free. Obviously, if you're in a Discord, to see things like that, only thing you have to do is click into the trading room. No more running scans. You will get the resources to find stuff like this. So let's get to the charts and see where we're going. Is this a bull trap? Will we continue to pump? We're actually down right now. The market's down. So we've had a big pullback. And a number to watch today. So we are below our 387.06 level. So that is the number to watch. We have to take that number out to be bullish. Right now we're playing with, so we are actually above Friday's low. So that's another area to keep an eye on. We added a few charts like gold and stuff we're going to look at. So let's get to it. I changed the AMC chart up. I erased everything and started over. It was just getting cluttered. And when you do that, sometimes you see stuff from a different angle. You can see AMC's trading at this wedge. It did test that Friday, trying to break out of this wedge and was pulled back into the wedge. The 9's coming underneath. If we can get above this wedge, I would be a bullish on AMC. You can see we're coming into this apex here. So eventually we're going to have to make a move up or down. We have tested the downside a lot more than we have tested the upside, but we had a strong move Friday testing it. So let's see where we go today. We'll take a look at the 15-minute chart and see where we are now. This is crude. You can see we have been trying to push back into this old support, which is now resistance. I'm not sure. We'll check while we're going through charts. I will check to see where crude's at right now. This is the put to call ratio.
NYXH. Nice shot. Shares moving higher up about.
So this, let's keep an eye on NYXH. We're going to get an alert set out for that right now for the trading group. So this is the put to call ratio. We are at 92. So that's actually neutral. So we're still looking good there. Most traders don't start looking at the put to call ratio to being bearish until about 97. I like to see it over 90, right at 92 or over is actually the number I like to see. So this is the put to call ratio, or I'm sorry, this is the clean oscillators for the NASDAQ. We are at 178. So that's letting us know the NASDAQ is overbought. It is a little overheated right now. The New York Stock Exchange, 86. We are still good in the neutral zone. The U.S. dollar had, it's been on a tear. We've been watching this cup, seeing that push, this little symmetrical triangle slash uh, handle. We've seen it break out of that, seen it push really hard last week. And while that was pushing, the market continued to grind up for the most part on low volume, mainly due to traders just being on vacation. A lot of the big hedge funds traders on vacation and not here putting the volume in. So this is the VIX. We are pulling back here. The nines catching up. We said last week if we broke below this level here, these previous candle bodies, when this candle body was put in, we said if we got below these previous candle bodies to go with UVXY puts, 2 days in a row, Thursday and Friday, UVXY puts would have paid nicely. You can see the VIX. This is the VIX 15. This chart only tracks during market hours. So this is not much good to us to let us know where the VIX is at right now. But you can see that we were trading in a nice, you can draw a trend line on this. We were basically descending. So that just gives us an idea of what the market was like Friday. Basically, all last week, we pulled back. All last week, UVXY puts would have played nicely. Gold. While everybody else was screaming buy gold, inflationary buy gold, we were saying gold was not acting the same. So if you had been, putting your money into gold, we were screaming not to, because gold is not acting the same as it did in 2017, 2018, 2019. It's not doing the same thing. People automatically think that it's going to. Well, we were warning against it. We were even told to be patient with gold. And while everybody was trying to be patient, I was steady screaming, don't put your money into it. Silver is being pulled back with it. Metals are just not the place to be right now. All right, corn, we posted in Facebook, Twitter that some of the commodities were up. Corn, soybeans, wheat. You can see I didn't like the soybean chart, so I didn't put it in here. But you can see we have spiked up over top of this 9 here. So there is opportunities that you can trade in the stock market with wheat and corn. For wheat, WEAT, this looks better than corn. Well above this 9, 200 the next level. So WEAT, you can trade that ETF when corn's rising. So you can see Apple here. I've been told, some people are calling this a inverted head and shoulders. The symmetry's off, but the chart's bullish either way, whether you look at that as a head and shoulders or not. Either way, we have broke the trend. The 9's on its way up. We're above the 50. So we closed nicely. That was a big level that we had to take out, so we were able to take that out. Friday, you can see we've gotten above the 9 here on AMD. Another really good sign. Heading into this 20 would be the next level. But let's start taking a look at some of these 15-minute charts and see where we're at. Affirm still trading in this wedge. It's trying to get above this wedge. The 50's in there too. It's trying to hold above that. If we can open above that this morning, that would be great, and to be able to push up. So here's the Affirm 15-minute chart. You can see it has gapped down into the support level. Will the support hold? So if we do lose the support and we come down, you can see we're basically at trying to hold a previous level from Friday. If we don't hold here, watch for Friday's low. If we are able to push, you watch for Friday's high. All right, AMC's 15-minute chart, you can see now we have gapped down below the support level, below the 50 on the 15. The 9's coming down to bear pressure on it. That 9 can act as like a weight on it, like a weight on its shoulders right now, and push that price action down. So this is AMD's 15-minute chart. You can see it also has gapped down this morning. You can see the 200 down here. Watch the 200 for support. Right now, the area to watch would be Friday's low. If we can take out Friday's low, we're going to look at that with a bearish mindset. Amazon, we have, broken out of this wedge here. The 9's on its way up. We have taken out the 50. So that was one of the big levels we were looking at that Amazon had to take out. Huge level. It was able to do it. Can it hold it? Where is it at now? So this is Apple 15-minute chart. You can see it has gapped down below the 50 there, gapped down to support, and it's trying to hold here, trying to push back up. If we can't hold here, what level do we watch? Friday's low. We lose Friday's low. We can go in with puts. Watch the 200 as well. You can see the 200's just about lined up with Friday's low. If we can lose that, maybe we can get a bounce there. If we lose this support level that we're at now, maybe we can get a bounce at the low, Friday's low. If not, maybe we can look for puts if we if we move below Friday's low. Now you can see this is Apple's weekly chart. We retooken the 9 on the weekly. That is huge. Even though this looks like a bear flag here, we were able to take out a major level. So today's weekly candle needs to open up above that 9 weekly, the weekly 9. Boeing 140, 149, I think is what it is a huge level there that we, this is a level we have been watching for a while, and we need to be above that to be bullish. Unless you have room to, if you enter here, you need to realize that there's a level there that we keep getting rejected on. You need to be ready to take profits on it. That's 140.49, 140.50. Keep an eye on that level, and you can see, that is where, it's also where my line is in Webull, but you can see that is where this line is right here. You see the tag on that candle, 140.50. That is the resistance level. So maybe if you can get a push up to that, maybe we can get a rejection, or maybe we can take it out and push up. You can use that for an area of interest, set an alert for that price. We did a video on that. Bitcoin has, tried to push up last week and is starting to give back some of those gains here. This is the daily chart. The area to watch is the weekly 200, and the weekly 9 is coming down, is now down on top, ready to bear pressure to push us down lower. So those are big areas that Bitcoin needs to take out if we're going to push. You can see Boeing's 15-minute chart here. It did not pull back as much as a lot of the others did. Still trying to hold this support, but you can see this 15. You can see the 9 on the 15 coming down to bear pressure on it to attempt to push it down lower. BNY, I've been seeing some weakness in this. It was very strong, got above this resistance level, became support, lost it, has lost the major moving averages. Some of the stuff we've seen this weekend and some of our reports that we get are still showing that they're still interested in pharma, so we'll have to see. A BTU, we did a unusual options activity on this report. It was bearish, and we got to move down off of that report. Now it's recovering back into the 9. On the daily, let's see what it does there. Chewy, I am still bullish on Chewy. We're going to leave this on this daily watch list for a while. We got some nice moves out of it this week. So we're back at resistance. We've made a nice move. We're not that far extended from the 9. I would not be surprised for this to put in an inside candle or maybe pull back to try to put in a little handle here before its next move up. So the 200, if we can take out this resistance level, the 200 would be the next target. You can see Chewy here on the 15, holding in this morning. CVX, a lot of these energy names, I don't really know what to say. Big gap down this morning. Looks like we're right down close to Friday's lows. Lilly, still a very strong chart. We've been watching this one, respecting the 9. See if it can push up off this 9. This could be an easy money play. Could be a buy the 9 type strategy. It's worth checking in or looking at. ExxonMobil this gap down this morning to the 200 and is trying to push back up and fill that gap. GME got that news on the split, big push up. You can see we've been down here 3 times now. Every time we come down here, we push up, we push up. This time we got that split news. It tried to push on that and is not acting like it, normal. Obviously push up, obviously push up. Right now we're kind of chopping around. It's worth keeping an eye on. It also had to digest some of that big move, but it lost the 20 there. I don't really know what GME is trying to do, and I don't really know why they even split it. QQQ. So we took this downtrend out. The 9's on its way up. We have to take this 50 out on the daily. That's a huge area, very big spot. We have to get above that level. You can see the Qs here with a nice gap down. We lost this area from Friday, so now that's resistance. Now we're watching for Friday's low. If we lose that, we're looking for puts today. You can see the Qs, the weekly candle closed right into that 9. It looks like it's barely above the 9. It's taken out this falling wedge here. Kind of see, opening up, gapping down this morning is a little concerning for that. This is the 20-year TLT. We have had pretty much a bad week for bonds last week. We're still holding this 20 down here. If we lose that 20, I would expect more downside. IWM, this is IWM's weekly. We're retaking the 200 weekly. That's awesome. Now we have to get above this 9. So we still have some levels here on the indices that need to be taken out. You can see right here, is this another bear flag? We got a nice move here. Look, bear flag, move down. Bear flag, move down. Is this another bear flag? Bear flag and right into the 50. So there's a good chance that maybe we'll see another move down. You also have a big gap here. This gap will act as resistance, so we can possibly push up into this gap and then get rejected. You can see here IWM, big gap down this morning. Looks like we're flirting with Friday's lows already, trying to recover off of that. If you go back and look, you can see the 15-minute candles have gone into an uptrend here. Let's see if it can continue that and fill that gap. MRO, oil plays were very flat Friday. Facebook, Meta, this is the weekly chart, we still have this downtrending wedge. So we have gapped right back into resistance or pushed up into this resistance. And gapping down this morning is not helping. It would be nice if we gapped up and gapped over that level. There's the daily chart. We retook him back to 9 and 20. But you can see the downtrend here, big area. If we do take that out, we still have a big area there at the 50. So there's still some huge areas that need to be taken out for this market to push up. So you can see the gap down this morning under the 200 on the 15 for Meta. Microsoft, back trying to get back above this downtrend, holding the 50. So there's a lot of stuff on that daily chart. Maybe we need to clear some of that up so we can see it a little bit better. And once again, you can see we've gapped down this morning. Actually lost a 200 here. It's not the best sign. Microsoft weekly, we've taken this downtrend out. So if we can push, your next target there would be 276.43. You should have that written down so you can know if we push and you want to play Microsoft that you need to be watching the 276.42, and you may see a reaction there. If we can take that out, the next level to watch would be that second downtrend. MRO just chopping around down here, not really covering the energy plays right now. Oxy, you can see big, a huge gap down this morning on Oxy. Completely covered yesterday or Friday's lows. This may be one to watch for a short play. Below support area, which is now resistance, You can see it wicked up a little bit, didn't even quite touch it. You can see this has been acting as a support level, a resistance level for a while, and we are back below it. It's been support, it's been resistance. Right now it's acting as resistance, so this may be a short play today, even with Buffett buying. Oxy is one of the better looking energy charts on the daily. You can see the moving averages are pinching there. Palantir, we need to take out this tabletop. The MAs look good. We're holding some levels really nicely, but we have to get above this area of resistance here that we have constantly tested, or we're going to end up pulling back. You can see we've gapped down this morning. It's an ugly candle here on the 15. So Palantir is looking pretty rough right now. We still have hours before market open. A lot can happen. QCOM. This was supposed to be in yesterday's video and got put into the wrong list. Last week we seen QCOM have Apple news, which was really good. It was able, just on that news, it was able to gap up and push above the 50. So right now this is one of the stronger semis. Well, over the weekend there's some rumors going around that they have also got Samsung's contracts for their new phone and have 100% of the chips going into that new phone. CRM back above the moving averages here. We hold that 9. That would be good. You can see on the 15 we've gapped down to the 200, but not a big gap like some of these other names. SOFI gap down as well, still holding the 200. So SOFI has been respecting this trend line, and you can see we've lost this trend line this morning. So now this trend line is resistance. The 9's coming down. Your 200 support, I would not want to open puts until it got below that 200 on the 15. You can still see a reaction there. SOFI daily still in this downtrend. You can see the 50 right there. Need to take this downtrend and that 50 out to be bullish. We're getting closer and closer to the apex on that wedge. Something's got to give. It's got to go one way or the other. Well, I guess it doesn't have to. It can continue to trade sideways. So this is SPY's weekly chart. This is one of the big levels we were watching last week. Last week it was 390.97. And you can also see this is classic downtrend. We were hoping to see last week's candle take out the previous week's candle to close above it and confirm that it's going to take it out. We're still in this downtrend here. So at this point, until we take those levels out, I still remain bearish on this market. SPY, the daily chart is trying to push up, looks good. And I do believe, there's still a chance that we can push up. But if we do, the 50 is a big deal. This downtrend, that 50 is telling you there's a downtrend right there, that there's resistance. If we do push up, I don't think we'll get much past this area right here where we put this base in and got rejected. But we'll see how the market acts this week. Hopefully we get some volume coming back into it. So you can see the gap down. We gap down. Basically, it looks like we tried to get below Friday's low. So right now we're basically retesting Friday's low. That's the key level to watch today. Will we get a rejection there? Tesla's weekly back above the 9 here on the weekly, so that's a good sign. Tesla catalyst today. We are watching Tesla on this Twitter news. We've had a big move, very big move in pre-market or after hours. Not sure what it's doing in pre-market yet. You can see we've retaken the 50 there, so that's a good sign on the daily. So you can see this nice move that we had took us up to 773, right into a resistance level here. And pulling back in pre-market, they're talking lawsuits and stuff. So, this Mr. Musk likes to give us catalysts. That's all I'm going to say is he gives us a lot of catalysts to play here in this market. And we are holding a support level right now. Will that support level hold there? Upstart, guided down last week, I believe Thursday or Friday. So Thursday, I think Thursday night they guided down. Friday we got the news. See this small little spinning top down here. See the heavy volume into it. They sold it. Let's see what happens today. Not really crazy about when they first gap down like that. I want to see where they're going to go. Watch them put a base in. You can see that huge move down. We've actually gapped down even lower this morning. Wells Fargo trying to hold this 9 here. Price is tight there. You can see Wells Fargo. We have gapped down. Not much action going on there. Seeing those candles like that's telling you, hey, there's no volume here. No, right now that's no trade. We need to see some volume coming to Wells Fargo. ExxonMobil retesting this 9 here. Zim looking pretty flat here in pre-market. Looks like it did not gap down with everything else, so that's a good sign. You can see Zim's daily chart. I actually been talking about taking this one off. It's been gapping around, chopping around. We may be able to get a rejection from this 9 now. You can see it's put in a high, a low, a lower high. So it's a good chance we can pull back from here. Watch that MACD. Looks like it's trying to cross. And that concludes our video for today. I hope this is helpful. Take some of these levels seriously, guys, because if we can't take these levels out, this market can't push up. Have a good day. I hope to see you in the trading room.